For winners only, listen to me, are you ready? For victory! Say what? For victory! Say what? You wanna be with the best. Only for winners, don't settle for less. To be number one and get the job done, you gotta work hard to be a champion.
Only for winners.
Let's play that game.
Only for winners.
From here to fame. Are you with me? Yeah! Say victory! Victory! You gotta work hard to be a champion.
My name is Ali Geeson. As some of you may know, I used to play soccer myself. Unfortunately, I only made it to the third division. I never became a professional. This is why I support the Dykeman Youth Soccer concept. I hope you enjoy this video. Would you like to be able to juggle the ball like that? No problem. Looks harder than it really is, but we will show you step by step how to acquire these skills yourself, so pay attention.
Victory! Victory! You gotta work hard to be a champion.
You can only carry out spectacular dribbling tricks if you have an excellent feel for the ball. You must be able to flick the ball up precisely, with good control, and react immediately to correct the slightest error. We will show you how you can do this. In the first preliminary drill, you throw the ball forward just a little, so that you can flick it into the air with the first contact. The ball must not fly off to the side. The thigh must form an L, so that the ball flies straight into the air. For heading drills, you should preferably use a light ball. Now combine two ball contacts with different parts of the body, or use the right and left foot alternately. Here, Kevin demonstrates triple combinations. Make up some more variations and practice them until you can carry them out perfectly. Can you play the ball confidently into the air and carry out a few combinations? Well, that's good. Now it's time for you to try to juggle the ball. Before you start, you have to flick the ball into the air with the instep after just one bounce. This is really challenging, and you can demonstrate your feel for the ball. Kick the ball first time with your instep. Once slow and high, then again fast and low. Once with only one foot, then with the left and right alternately. Try to stay relaxed and keep your balance. Again, pay attention to the L position of the thigh and switch quickly from left to right. Here, Marcelo shows excellent feel for the ball with his head. Just do what he does. So after all the preliminary drills, you can now keep the ball in the air without any difficulty. Don't worry if it occasionally bounces on the ground at first. After all, you have learned how to flick it into the air again immediately. The more you practice, the more the ball will obey you. The number of ball contacts will gradually increase as you again gain experience.
Are you with me? Yeah! Say victory! Victory! You gotta work hard to be a champion.
Now you've learned how to juggle the ball. Another activity that requires a really good feel for the ball is balancing it. You can balance it like this, with your head, your foot, or the back of your neck. The kids are also good at this, as you will now see. Experts can do more than just juggle perfectly with the ball. They can also catch it on part of their body and balance it there. We will now show you step by step how to do this. First, roll the ball onto your foot and then clamp the ball between your shin and your instep. Make sure the ball does not roll away to the side. This is a good preliminary drill. You can now balance the ball securely with your instep. That's good. Now try to catch the ball while it's in the air. Move your foot to the ball and slow the ball down. Allow the ball to rest briefly on your foot, then flick it in the air again. With a little practice, you will be able to catch the ball in your instep while you are juggling it and balance it on your other foot. The fast switch from one foot to the other is also very impressive, as Kevin demonstrates here. Now we come to balancing the ball on your shoulder. This is especially difficult because you can't see the ball. Place the ball on your shoulder and focus on the feel of it. In this drill, Martin catches the ball on his shoulder. The head and the back of the neck play an important role here. In one smooth movement, the ball rolls from the back of the head over the back of the neck and onto the shoulder. This is the professional version, catching and balancing the ball while juggling it. This is very difficult and may take some time to master, so don't be disappointed if you don't succeed at first. Marcelo demonstrates how you can learn to balance the ball on your head. You already know the sequence. Place the ball on your forehead and balance it there. In this way, you learn to react to the movements of the ball. Now throw the ball up and catch it on your forehead. The ball might bounce up a few times before it finally rests on your forehead. Finally, play the ball into the air while you are juggling it and catch it on your forehead. Now you can balance the ball in various ways. This means that you can bring the ball to rest or slow it down. Moreover, you can impress spectators with the assured way you have the ball under control. All that practice has been worthwhile.
With me? Yeah! Say victory! Victory! You gotta work hard to be a champion.
The balancing was very successful. Marcelo now will flick the ball into the air from the ground. And there are more ways of doing this, as you will now see. Soccer players do not pick the ball up with their hands. They start their juggling by flicking the ball up into the air. The simplest way of flicking the ball up is the rollback, as demonstrated here by Nina. Roll the ball back with the sole of your foot and then flick it up with the front of the foot. You can then juggle the ball. The rollback with a change of feet is more difficult, but it should not be a problem. Roll the ball back under the sole of your right foot, then switch feet quickly and flick the ball up with your left foot. The two-footed flick is made by clamping the ball between both feet and flicking it into the air in one movement. This is also easy to learn and should not be too difficult. Now things get interesting. The following flicks are not so easy to learn. We will therefore show them a number of times in different positions so you can see exactly how they work. You can see the most important elements of the movements in slow motion and still frames. First of all, Marcelo demonstrates the heel flick, which you see here in slow motion. Take notice of the following aspects. Clamp the ball and roll it up your lower leg. Release the ball and press it down on it with your sole. Then take the bouncing ball on your instep and juggle it. Bring your foot forward quickly when you press down so the ball can bounce quite high. Now we show a number of variations of the calf roll. Kevin demonstrates the first option. He rolls the ball up his calf and moves his foot quickly around the ball and catches it. He does not move his supporting leg as he does this. In slow motion, you can see exactly how the calf roll works. Here is the calf roll from behind. Clamp the ball and roll it up your calf. Move the foot quickly around the ball and catch the ball as it falls. Daniel demonstrates the calf roll with a different technique. He jumps slightly to the side and therefore does not have to move his foot so quickly around the ball. Take a long look at this trick. Can you see the difference to what Kevin was doing? And again, in slow motion. Do you see how Daniel jumps to one side on his support leg? You're probably asking yourself, how on earth can you learn all these tricks? Well, it's very simple. First of all, just watch the video, especially the slow motion sequences and the still frames. In your mind, focus repeatedly on how you will carry out the movement. Then practice it outside in the backyard and before your team practice. This is how the calf roll works. Clamp the ball against your foot and roll it up your calf. Jump to the side with your support leg and release the ball. Catch the ball and juggle. Nina will now demonstrate a calf roll and turn. The ball flies vertically upward. After the quick turn, on her support leg, she catches the ball in her instep. When you have studied the movement closely and understand it, you can go out and practice it. Now we will show you the key phases. You clamp the ball and roll it vertically up the calf. At hip height, take your foot away from the ball and turn quickly. Catch the ball as it falls. Daniel has a different approach to the calf roll. He rolls the ball up and then flicks it into the air with his heel. As you see, the calf roll is the starting point for a lot of tricks. You should practice this again and again until you've perfected it. Now you can watch the key points again more closely. Clamp the ball and roll it up the calf. Move the foot forward quickly and place it under the ball. Flick the ball up and finally catch it on the instep. The instep flick propels the ball forward from behind the support leg. Marcelo rolls the ball up his calf and draws his instep quickly over the ball. As the spinning ball falls, he flicks it forward past his support leg. The whole sequence is short and fast. In slow motion, you can see exactly what you have to do. We also have still frames of the instep flick. You already know how the trick starts. Clamp the ball and roll it across the lower leg. Draw the instep over the ball and flick it down. Catch the bouncing ball on the foot and juggle it. Now comes a variation of the instep flick. Nina shows us the instep flick with a change of feet. She clamps the ball between both feet and flicks the ball into the air as she jumps. While in the air, she changes feet and flicks the ball to the ground with the instep of the support foot. Watch closely. Clamp the ball and brace yourself. Release the ball and change feet. Kick the ball down with the instep. Marcelo has mastered the instep flick just like Nina. His technique, though, is different. He kicks the ball not from above, but from behind, and as a result, it flies further forward. And now a look at the whole sequence. Clamp the ball and roll it up the lower leg. Release the ball and jump. Kick the ball forward with the instep from behind the support leg. An interesting flick up is the side pull demonstrated here by Kevin. Do you think you'll be able to do this like Kevin? So that you can see exactly how this works, Kevin demonstrates it a number of times. Now slower. Watch closely. This is how it's done. Put the ball toward the support foot and flick it up with the support foot. Change legs and catch the ball. we show you two similar movements. First of all, Daniel demonstrates the flick with the ball clamp. Watch closely. Roll the ball up the lower leg and clamp it against the lower leg with the foot. Then lean slightly forward and roll the ball up again and flick it up with your heel. Catch the ball and start to juggle it. Kevin now demonstrates that flick with a turn. He clamps the ball between his feet and flicks it up as he turns. And because it happened so fast, here it is again in slow motion and stills. Clamp the ball and roll it up a little. Flick the ball up with the heel of the left foot and turn toward the ball. Catch the ball and start to juggle it. One of Kevin's specialties is the shot flick. He kicks the ball against his own support leg. The ball flies into the air. He can then catch it and start to juggle it. In slow motion, you can see exactly how this is done. Prepare to shoot, but do not strike the ball fully. Kick the ball against the support leg and follow through with the leg. And catch the ball as it falls. Finally, we will show you the Maradona flick. This flick was first demonstrated by Maradona before a televised game. Many soccer fans ask, how did he do that? You'll soon be able to demonstrate the Maradona flick just as perfectly as Maradona or Kevin. This slow motion sequence will help you to understand how the flick is carried out and how to carry it out yourself. And how does the Maradona flick work exactly? Play the ball back to the support foot with the heel. Take the front foot past the ball and simultaneously flick the ball up with the support foot. Then start to juggle the ball.
With me? Yeah! Say victory! Victory! You gotta work hard to be a champion.
It is quite a trick. And now we have time to demonstrate some juggling tricks. Spectators are amazed when players carry out surprising and spectacular tricks while they're juggling the ball. Let's start with an easy trick, the support foot trick. Nina suddenly allows the ball to bounce on her support foot while she is juggling and then simply continues. Trick is not as easy as it looks. What do we have to watch out for? The secret is the path of the ball. When you have the ball fully under control, move your support foot slightly forward so that it is positioned exactly where you expect the ball to fall. You allow the ball to bounce off your support foot. You know the rest. A very impressive trick is the juggling step over demonstrated by Kevin. Swing one foot over the descending ball without touching it. When the ball bounces off the ground, flick it into the air with the inside of the foot from behind the support leg. With a little practice, you'll be able to carry out this trick with both your right and your left foot. Here are the key aspects again. Swing the leg around the ball. Allow the ball to bounce. Flick the ball into the air with the other foot from behind the support leg and continue juggling. This is what the juggling step over looks like from the other side. If you cannot master this trick immediately, try the following drill. Pick up the ball and drop it from hip height. This is simpler because you can control the speed of the ball's descent. Drop it first on your stronger side. Only when you have mastered this with your stronger foot should you try it with your other foot. Then try out this trick again while juggling. We will now show you the most difficult trick of all in 3 different versions, the Edgar Davids trick. Daniel will demonstrate this great juggling trick with a stationary ball. While juggling, catch the ball and balance it on your instep. You have already learned how to do this. Lift your foot with the ball resting on your instep until it is about knee high. Move your foot round the ball as fast as you can and catch the ball again. Now the most important aspects slowly. Catch the ball, lift the ball, and move the foot round the ball. Quickly place the foot under the ball and catch it. Marcelo will now demonstrate the Edgar Davids trick while juggling the ball. This is more difficult because the ball falls with more speed onto his foot. As you can see, Marcelo lifts his foot higher than Kevin. Have you noticed something? Kevin carries out the Edgar Davids trick from outside to inside, moving his foot in the opposite direction around the ball. You can see this clearly in slow motion. Which juggling trick is your favorite? And which can you carry out perfectly? The best way to find out is take the ball and try it out. We wish you lots of fun.
Me? Yeah! Say victory! Victory! You gotta work hard to be a champion.
You might be a bit puzzled now. What are they doing there? Where are the balls? But just ask yourself a question. Do you always have a soccer ball available to practice during your free time? Not in the school playground. You're more likely to have this ball, a tennis ball. On the street, you might have a softball or some other kind of ball. And on the beach or on vacation, a water ball. Whatever the type of ball, we'll be able to improve the feel of the ball and technique. The kids here in the background will now demonstrate how that works and what it takes to make it work. A softball reacts differently than a soccer ball. You have to adjust your foot movements to its weight and speed through the air. The same applies to a rubber ball or a water ball. Impressive how Nina controls a tennis ball.
With me? Yeah! Say victory! Victory! You gotta work hard to be a champion.
So enough of practicing alone. After all, you often kick a ball around with a group of friends. And we want to show you some of the great drills you can do together. Obviously, you would like to show off your juggling tricks. You can do this best in the group before a coaching session or on the playground. Your friends will copy you and practice hard as well. Some tricks are easier than others. You might even have your own favorite trick. If you are lucky, you will find other jugglers and be able to try out some more tricks in a group with them. Everyone has their own special trick. In any case, you have now learned a few tricks that you can show off. Look at how the group can play the ball around the circle and incorporate a few tricks. You could do this with your friends. So while you're waiting, pick up a ball and get started. Synchronized tricks are just for fun, but it's enjoyable to present well-rehearsed tricks perfectly and in perfect harmony. Maybe you could have some friends you could try this with.
Yeah! Say victory! Victory! You gotta work hard to be a champion.
Well, we hope you enjoyed learning how to do all these tricks. Now it's your turn. Grab a ball, get out on the playground, and practice, practice, practice. You will improve by the hour. And make sure you enjoy yourself.
Only for winners.
Let's play that game.
Only for winners.
From here to fame. Are you with me? Yeah! Say victory! Victory! You gotta work hard to be a champion.
Victory, the exclusive soccer.
For winners only, listen to me. Are you ready? For victory! Say what? For victory! Say what? the best. Only for winners, don't settle for less. To be number one and get the job done, you gotta work hard to be a champion. Let's get it on, the star's born. You don't agree, I'll prove you wrong. I've got the strength and power, survive the game. And when I'm finished, you all know my name.
Only for winners.
Let's play that game.
Only for winners.
From here to fame.
Only for winners.
No pain, no gain.
Only for winners.
Let's play that game. Now it's time to work. No pain, no gain. Let's play a game. Let me show what I got. You know I'm hot. Let me shake, let me bake, let me rock the spot. I let you know about my dream to be the best player on the team, the cream of the crop. I gotta hit it like Beckham. Let me just kick it.